What's good, guys? Haben here, back with another solo video. Obviously, you've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite One Piece introductions. I think a great introduction to a character can make them a lot more likable and enjoyable. And honestly, these guys left a great impression on me. All right, let's get straight into the video with our honorable mentions. In no specific order, let's start with Whitebeard. Bro is posted up with 1, 2, 3, 4 Ivy machines. Not to mention, he's surrounded by 6 baddies. I don't know why he needed that many nurses by his side, but hey man, he's him. He also has the title for the strongest man in the world. Next, for honorable mentions, we got Zoro. To be exact, Pirate Hunter Roronoa Zoro. The fact Luffy's trying to recruit a pirate hunter into his crew just makes his introduction a lot more enjoyable. Plus, Oda is amazing with impactful panels. Next, we have Brook. This is honestly another panel that just got me visually. It did help that Brook is an 8'8" talking skeleton who's drinking tea and randomly requests to see Nami's panties. His comedy early in that arc was really enjoyable. Boa Hancock, one of the few well-written women in One Piece who strikes with confidence and strength, which is usually what you don't get in most shonen anime. Not to mention we find out she's a warlord and completely bitches the Navy who pull up to her island. Finally, for our honorable mention, I got Miss Sunday, aka Nico Robin. It's the way she walks onto the ship as if she owns the place and helps the crew, which really made her mysterious. Now that I've concluded my honorable mentions, let's start with number 10, give me the Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar D. Water Law. I honestly threw Law in here because I'm biased, seeing that he's my second favorite character in One Piece. Seeing him posted up with Beppo by his side, holding his sword, his cool ass tats, and unique hat, Law has a great reason for being on this list. Funny part is, when we do finally see him, he's flipping off Kid, his competitor, who has a higher bounty than him. His Devil Fruit is without a doubt the selling point of Law's introduction, as he can willingly control anyone in his room, as he removes the heads and limbs of Marines and puts them together in places that don't belong, which is extremely fitting for his nickname, Surgeon of Death. Law is also introduced as one of Luffy's first rivals in this new pirate era along with Kid. The Dark King himself, Silver Rayleigh, takes a spot for number 9. Technically, yes, Rayleigh was introduced in Orangetown during Buggy's flashback, but that doesn't count. I'm talking about this moment, where he stops the pervs from bothering Cammy with his hockey. Crazy part is, Rayleigh isn't even in jail forcefully, he's there by choice. He gambled himself away to clear his debt. Icing on the cake is that he's the former crew member of Roger, and Roger's first mate. Rayleigh's design is one of the more human-like characters that Oda just did beautifully. I also think it's the way he's living his life away peacefully in an area filled with Marines and Celestial Dragons, as if he's not one of the most wanted pirates because he knows where and what the One Piece is. Watching Rayleigh go head-to-head with Kizaru to save Luffy was too cold. The way he just ran up on him too. Rayleigh had such a great introduction, but not enough to get him anywhere higher than 9th. At number 8, the Glint Glint Fruit owner himself and current Admiral Borsalino, or more commonly known by his alias, Kizaru. This man's introduction is crazy, as we see him ride a cannonball onto Saba Odi from his ship. To make matters worse, we're introduced into the Supernova, who are supposed to be the strong pirates from Luffy's generation. Watch as this man folds 3 of them in a matter of 30 seconds. Watch what this man does. Bounces off the mirrors using his light fruit, and in a matter of seconds, bam, slaps the shit out of a poo. Drake's over here thinking, holy shit man, he got his shit rocked, and in a matter of seconds again, he gets folded just as quickly as a poo did. Kizaru is making it look effortless as he folds 2 of the Supernovas in no time, and Hawkins gets the same beatdown as he gets shot right through the heart. 3 Supernovas taken down in a matter of seconds by 1 man only. Kizaru's funny yet clueless personality is overshadowed by his sick-ass introduction, and Oda did a great job introducing this admiral. Speaking of admirals, at number 7, I got Aokiji. The first panel we see of him causes confusion and mystery, as we see him riding a bike on water. We then quickly learn he's one of the 3 admirals that have been hunting Nico Robin. He ends up not really caring about the fact the Straw Hats are in front of him, and forgets who they even are. But what makes his introduction so cool is his chili fruit as we watch him completely freeze over the sea. This panel that Oda draws does so much justice, and even the anime with this pan to his face that has him partially covered in ice. This is another introduction of an admiral to show just how strong they are compared to Luffy and the Straw Hats. This might be an unexpected one to some, but at number 6, I got Charlotte Katakuri. The first thing that caught my attention with Katakuri's character wasn't just the character design, but the way he uses observation hockey. We watch him flick a jelly bean and kill a man with it. He then tells us what the man was going to say if he was kept alive, because he uses observation hockey to look into the near future. He also does the same with Capone indirectly, telling him, "I'm onto you," because obviously in Whole Cake Island, Luffy and Capone had a plan to overthrow Big Mom's wedding. His head is also worth 1.57 billion berries, which is the first time we've seen a confirmed right-hand man have a bounty over $1 billion. We don't get much of Katakuri's character until after the wedding, but what a great way to introduce his character. This is a character with little to no screen time, but his introduction was enough to make fans across the globe love him. At number 5, Dracula Mihawk. Personally, I don't understand why fans have Mihawk as one of their favorite characters, seeing that he hasn't had much screen time. But I will say, watching him pull up to Baratier in a little ass raft he calls a ship, all while posted up on a throne, was enough to make me fear the man when introduced. I think character design and status alone makes his introduction that much enjoyable, as he is the strongest swordsman. He's also rocking a gold chain, lined up mustache and beard, matching hat with his fit, and a sword as tall as he is. Icing on the cake was that he defeated Zoro with a small ass knife the size of a box cutter with ease. This introduction has also created the greatest build up to a revenge fight in history, because everyone is waiting for the day where Zoro will eventually dethrone Mihawk as the strongest swordsman in One Piece. At the 4th spot, I have Admiral Fujitora. Yes, another admiral, but at a well-deserved spot. Fujitora is an 8'6" blind old man with a walking stick and a purple kimono. The height seems intimidating, but a blind old man really doesn't. The anime adds an anime exclusive scene with Zoro and Fujitora, where it's just a small interaction, but Zoro's on high alert, even though the man is clearly blind. As we continue, Zoro was correct to be aware. As they enter the building, Fujitora then creates a gaping sinkhole, dropping the man who was swindling him in the betting house. He proceeds to hit us with a cold line. Not having sight is a blessing. The world of men is full of filthy things not worth laying eyes upon. And this line explains a lot, because we later find out that Fujitora blinded himself because he couldn't stand seeing all the wrong in the world. Especially as a Marine/government official, he constantly sees people bending the rules of justice to get their way. Oda does a great job depicting Fujitora's character/introduction, with Fujitora, a blind old man, attempting to get swindled by a couple of goons because they think it's smart to steal from the less fortunate. Also, his Zushi no Mi, which translates to press fruit, allows him to control gravity, which was an extremely unique devil fruit to give to a blind swordsman like Fujitora. Now entering our top 3, at 3rd place, give me Charlotte Linlin, aka Big Mom. Some of you might be thinking, well, wasn't she introduced in Whole Cake? You'd be incorrect. Luffy spoke to her on the phone in Fishman Island, where we then pan to this beautifully menacing panel of Big Mom that Oda created. This is arguably the best drawn introduction panel for a character in One Piece. Did she live up to the panel in terms of being menacing? Maybe not, but I'm here to cover her introduction. Now, don't forget her status as one of the 4 emperors, on par with Kaido's strength, who's known to be the strongest man alive at the time, and used to be on the Rock Pirates, which is one of the deadliest pirate crews to ever exist. It's also the banter between Luffy and Big Mom that really make her introduction that much better. Especially in Fishman, Luffy's crossing over to the New World where you'll find all the deadliest pirates, and nonetheless, he ends up running into Big Mom's territory to take her and her crew on, where he barely escaped with his life, and he didn't even end up facing Big Mom herself. If he had to face Big Mom, I think it would have ended a little differently, that's for sure. At 2nd place, I got Kaido. Kaido's introduction is very different from everyone else's because he was attempting suicide. One of the strongest of the 4 emperors had enough of life and was looking for a place to die. Uruj goes on to explain that Kaido had been captured by the Navy 18 times and painfully tortured and sentenced to death over 40 times but couldn't die. As Kaido drops from Sky Island, he obviously survives and unintentionally intrudes on Kid, Killer, Hawkins, and Apu's alliance, which turns out in Wano that they all lost the fight to Kaido and decided to join Kaido's side, except for of course Kid Killer. Kaido is a whopping 23'3" and jacked as hell. His character design truly is pretty unique in terms of representing a beast. His devil fruit is also quite interesting as he has the fish fruit model dragon. It's also Kaido's strength that makes his character so interesting. The fact that he can't die had people wondering in the early chapters if he was immortal. But the fact that the impact of Kaido falling capsized a whole ship also had the viewers shocked. The title of strongest creature alive definitely left us curious for more of Kaido's character. And finally, at the number 1 spot, give me Marshall D. Teach, also known as Blackbeard. Blackbeard was also introduced early in the One Piece story and is still relevant even in today's chapters. It isn't even Teach's character design that strikes me, but his parallel that Oda gives us, where him and Luffy are arguing over cherry pie being delicious and the drink being delicious. This isn't as black and white as it seems. It's Oda's way of telling us that they both have different ideals of freedom. As Bellamy tells Luffy, the age of pirates' dream is over, and that pirates that chase after the One Piece are foolish and will get themselves killed. Blackbeard tells Luffy the opposite, and what he did against Bellamy was commendable. Blackbeard says what Bellamy was talking about was rubbish. Oda then presents us with this beautiful yet simple panel of Teach saying, people's dreams don't ever end, because in reality everyone has a dream they strive for. Whether they achieve it or not, they tend to constantly think about how to achieve it, what they could have done differently, or how they managed to achieve it. Even though their ideals of freedom may be different, they both are en route to attempting to become Pirate King by collecting the One Piece. Blackbeard's encouraging words and parallel/dynamic to Luffy has earned him the number 1 spot on this list, making him my favorite character introduction in One Piece. Thank you guys for watching the video. This is the conclusion to the best introductions in One Piece. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, as I really did enjoy making this video. Like the video if you want to see more content like this, and comment down below any character introductions I missed out, or any introductions you really liked. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.